Exploring abandoned places might seem thrilling, but this can quickly turn into nightmare. Tonight, we're diving into several disturbing encounters shocking people around the internet. Before we begin, a warning. A homeowner, woken up by strange horse noises, discovers something chilling. A homeowner is jolted awake by mysterious horse neighing sounds coming from his barn, but he doesn't even own a horse. As he begins recording to uncover the source, his camera captures something chilling. A translucent figure moving near the barn and along the driveway, all while the horse neighing continues. This smoky figure hovers in and out of sight, pacing back and forth across the driveway, lingering behind his car, then moving towards the trailer. It walks alongside the trailer toward the barn before disappearing into the night. To me, it almost seems like a horse spirit roaming the owner's backyard. The owner also noted a strange, bright glow in the sky, something that shouldn't have been there, adding to the surreal atmosphere. The figure's random movements, like an animal wandering around, make the whole scene feel even creepier. Living by a church, this woman captures something weird on camera that left the TikTok community freaked out. This video, uploaded by a woman on TikTok, has left viewers questioning what's happening with her camera. It's clear something's off as her camera starts acting strangely. The footage glitches in a way that almost looks like an illusion filter has been applied. But according to the woman, there's nothing unusual going on with the video itself.
This is not an app doing this. This is my yard.
As she pans around, you can even see the church behind her, directly through her. The visual is bizarre, almost like she's transparent. You might be thinking, it's just a camera malfunction. But I did some research, and while cameras can act strange in night vision mode, but this feels way too eerie. This lady filming herself, fishing accidentally captures something terrifying lurking behind her. While casually recording a fishing video by the blue line, this woman unknowingly captures something massive moving in the bushes behind her. If we slow down the footage and zoom in, you can make out a large creature covered in black hair. It peeks out briefly, then vanishes back into the bushes. Some viewers believe it could be Bigfoot, but the sheer size and girth of the creature suggests something else entirely. What do you think it is? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This video, filmed along the Kanagawa River in Misaka Town, China, shows a fisherman noticing boar marks on nearby trees, prompting him to stay alert while fishing. After scanning the area and finding nothing, he resumed fishing, but then this happened. A massive black bear suddenly charged from the woods, but the fisherman, with quick thinking, ran while screaming to scare it off. The screams worked, and the bear backed off, but only temporarily. The bear charged again, and this time, the fisherman managed to fend it off with a fallen tree and his primal screams. Somehow, he narrowly avoided further harm. As he cautiously climbed the slope to leave the river, things took another shocking turn. According to him, as he backed off, he placed his hand on the ground and discovered a massive pit viper right there. It seemed like the universe was conspiring against him that day. After watching this video, you'll never want to watch a horror movie again. This couple recently moved into a house next to a cemetery, and while watching The Exorcist, something truly terrifying happened.
And of the Son, and the Holy Spirit, by this sign of the Holy Cross of our Lord Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns with the Father and the Holy Spirit. Damien!
It's not even scary.
It is scary.
It's not. You killed your mother! You killed your mother! You killed...
While engrossed in the movie, a doll decoration suddenly moved on its own, as if it had a life of its own, or was being controlled by some unseen force. The husband, filming the scene, screamed in shock, and honestly, I can't blame him. Moving next to a cemetery and watching a horror movie? I'd pass on both of those, no question. Chilling video from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, filmed in 2009, is the exact reason I avoid venturing into desolate areas. This is one of the two famous videos recorded in Gettysburg that captures anomalies. In the video, we can see a white figure peeking from behind a tree in the field. It doesn't stop there. More humanoid figures begin to appear, strolling through the field, seemingly without purpose. These figures are semi-transparent, humanoid in shape, and roam the area for reasons unknown. The video leaves more questions than answers. Who filmed this and why remains a mystery, but one thing's for sure, there's something truly strange happening in that field, and the no trespassing sign only adds to the unsettling vibe. While working on a plank, a carpenter discovered what seems like trapped humans in it. Uploaded on TikTok, this video shows the cameraman inserting a claw hammer into the plank, and as he does, strange noises begin to emanate from a hole. The hole, blackened and eerie, produces sounds that eerily resemble small humanoid creatures trapped inside. It's unsettling, but after some digging, I discovered it might be carpenter bees or dirt daubers nesting in the plank. Either way, encountering it like this is absolutely chilling. Motion detection cameras are great until they capture something they shouldn't supposed to. a homeowner shared a video on Reddit showing their motion detection camera triggering and capturing a strange humanoid figure moving across their backyard. The figure appears humanoid but ghostly, and what's truly terrifying is its massive size. Now, I know some of you might think it could be smoke from a nearby campfire, but if that were the case, why did it trigger the motion sensor? It's definitely strange. This next video we are about to show you was uploaded on X, and since it has left viewers with sleepless nights. At 12:50 a.m., a mother and her child are peacefully asleep in their bed, but something strange is happening. Take a look at the cold drink can on the table. It begins moving on its own. Something drags it across the table, but there's no one there. To me, it looks like a poltergeist in action. There's no way something this subtle could be a prank or a staged video for views. Something truly strange is going on in that house. This driver, intrigued by rumors of a haunted road, decided to check it out himself, turning out to be the worst decision of his life. The driver ventures down an old abandoned road, and as he drives, the eerie atmosphere becomes overwhelming. As he approaches a turn, he spots a humanoid figure in white standing at the end. When the figure notices the car, it disappears into the darkness. Terrified, the driver gets out to search for whoever it was, but finds nothing. He returns to his car, shaken. Once inside, he's horrified to find the figure already sitting in the front seat. Terrified beyond belief, he runs away into the darkness as the video ends. It's as if this scene came straight out of a horror movie. This is a stark reminder. Never venture down a rumored haunted road, and never stop the car for anything. Ever seen something so unsettling that you prayed it was fake? This next video is exactly that. Recently surfacing on the internet, this video has been terrifying netizens. It shows a man covered in strange eyes all over his body. Even his head has two eyes where his hair should be, and his chest is also covered in those blinking eyes. A person can be seen working on the man, giving the impression that a skilled special effects artist crafted this disturbingly realistic makeup. After a bit of digging, I discovered that it's indeed just makeup, combined with some impressive special effects to create this horrifying abomination. Honestly, even if it's for a movie, I wouldn't dare watch it, not even with all the lights on. What was supposed to be a funeral turned into a terrifying, or you can say miracle sight for the family. Uploaded on Facebook, the video shows a family attending a loved one's funeral when one of the flower decoration strands begins to move on its own. The family is startled but also curious, speculating that it might be the spirit of the deceased at work. It almost seems like the flower is trying to go somewhere, as if the spirit is attempting to prove they're still here. After watching this, many of us might rethink attending funerals. This video, though cute, leaves an unsettling feeling about the increasing interactions between wildlife and residential areas. It makes me wonder what is going on and why are these encounters so frequent. This video, captured by a garage surveillance camera, shows a startling and unusual animal encounter. A man is seen working on a project at a table in his garage, seemingly occupied with his task. Unexpectedly, a squirrel enters the garage, and in a surprising turn of events, it aggressively attacks the man, leaping onto his face. The man quickly reacts, removing the squirrel and fleeing, visibly injured from the encounter. Squirrels are generally known for being skittish and keeping a distance from humans, making this aggressive behavior highly unusual and concerning. This incident, where a typically timid creature like a squirrel launches an attack, is indeed alarming. It suggests an unusual shift in the behavior of wildlife, perhaps indicating stress or confusion in their natural environment, probably caused by humans. In this intriguing video, filmed from the perspective of a driver on the road, we witness an unexpected and baffling event. The driver is following a heavy tonnage truck, when suddenly the truck makes a swift turn, as if trying to avoid something. Initially, the reason for this abrupt maneuver is unclear. However, the mystery deepens as the camera reveals a man in a lab coat appearing seemingly out of nowhere on the right side of the truck. The suddenness of his appearance raises questions, as he was definitely not visible before. This unusual occurrence gives the impression that the man might have teleported onto the road, although this seems far-fetched. The video leaves me with a strange feeling, primarily due to the inexplicable appearance of the man in the lab coat. The incident seems to defy logical explanation, adding a sense of wonder and unease. In this video, captured by a surveillance camera in an office, we observe a typical work scene. A man is engaged in a video conference when suddenly his demeanor changes. He appears startled and begins to look around anxiously, as if he's heard something alarming. The calm of the office is abruptly shattered when a squirrel unexpectedly jumps into the room, causing a chaotic reaction. The man, clearly terrified, responds with a scream, grabs a bat, and jumps onto his desk in a frantic attempt to avoid the small intruder. The video captures the humorous yet startling effect a small animal like a squirrel can have when it enters an unexpected environment like an office. This video, recorded by surveillance cameras inside a house, captures a series of eerie occurrences that suggest a paranormal presence. The first footage shows a girl playing with her dolls. Notably, in the corner of the room, another doll dressed in a purple dress with two ponytails exhibits strange behavior. Its head slowly moves on its own, stirring questions about a possible ghostly presence in the house. In the second footage, taken in a different room, the same girl is seen doing her homework. Initially, papers on the table start moving abruptly, startling the girl and causing her to flee the room. Upon her return, the unexplained movements resume. Papers flutter again, her pencil box falls to the floor, and the table begins to shift by itself, as if manipulated by an unseen force. The incidents in this video, particularly the unexplained movements of inanimate objects, leave an unsettling impression. It suggests the presence of a ghost, seemingly intent on making its presence felt. As a hiker ventured deeper into the forest, a mysterious sight halted him in his tracks. Heart racing, he fumbled for his phone, ready to capture the uncanny scene that lay directly in front of him. The camera's focus shifts, revealing an enigmatic figure with an oddly shaped head, gazing downward as if sensing something beyond the trees. But what is weird is that this creature seems to walk on two and looking around in a human-like manner. Yet we can clearly see it's not human. Suddenly, it straightened, revealing its towering stature and massive hunched back that set it apart from any known creature. Emerging from the trees, it paused, its watchful eyes scanning the surroundings once more before its gaze slowly turned, locking onto the direction of the hiker. Time seemed to stand still as the hiker's fear clashed with his determination to remain hidden. The creature's intense gaze held him captive, his heart pounding in his chest. Then, as if breaking a spell, the creature averted its gaze and continued its silent journey through the woods, disappearing from view and bringing the video to an eerie close. While much about the video remains a mystery, the creature's behavior hints at a deliberate avoidance of being seen, shrouding itself in an air of unsettling secrecy. Residents of a small town in Asia reported that at night, they heard sounds coming from an abandoned cave a few kilometers away from the town. So one night, they decided to search the cave to find out the cause of the strange sound. But upon entering the cave, they found something very disturbing. They caught sight of a woman on all four limbs, and as they approached her, she began making her way towards them in a very frightening manner. Her face was pale white, and her eyes were very chilling to look into. But the most terrifying thing was the way she crawled towards them. The people were terrified and confused about what the old lady was doing in the abandoned cave, why she was on her four limbs, and if she was the one making the strange sounds they heard at night. This video was uploaded to TikTok by a biker named Josie Maria. He and his pals decided to go for a bike ride on a dirt road one night. They were having fun cruising along when something really spooky got caught on Josie's camera. In the video, Josie breaks away from the biker in front and takes a different path. But as he turns onto this narrow trail, his bike's light shines on something in the middle of the road. It's quick, like a blink, and you'll miss it moment. But what he saw was super creepy. It looked a lot like a woman wearing a black gown with long brown hair covering her face. And because it was so late at night, some folks might think it could be a ghost. Sure, there might be people saying it was just a tree trunk or something, but the way Jose reacted right away shows he wasn't so sure about that. What do you think? Could it have been something spooky? In a quiet house, a woman was alone with her dog when suddenly the lights went out, leaving everything dark. She was puzzled by the problem and heard a noise outside. Armed with a flashlight and her phone, she went to investigate and found something unexpected. When she looked out of the window, she saw her gate opening and closing on its own, even though there was no wind. She got curious and looked around for an explanation, and that's when she spotted something really scary. With her flashlight, she aimed it towards the gate and saw what seemed like a person in black clothes staring back at her. Imagine being alone in the dark with a strangely dressed person outside your gate. That would give anyone goosebumps. The woman was scared too, but she needed to be sure of what she saw. So she got a brighter flashlight, and when she returned, something weird happened. Instead of the person, she saw a black cat in the same spot. But she was convinced she had seen a person, so she kept looking. And then, on the other side of the gate, she saw the same figure in black clothes. She got really scared and quickly turned off her flashlight. At that moment, she heard 3 loud bangs on her door. The video ends there, and we don't know what happened to the woman that night, but it feels like something you'd see in a scary movie. A bunch of close friends embark on a wild rowing adventure down a turbulent river. The waves are crashing, and the excitement is palpable. One of them grabs his camera, ready to capture the thrills. Little did he know, he'd capture something far beyond thrilling. As the guy in his one-man boat battles against the force of the river, the camera's lens suddenly spots a mysterious movement at the left edge of the frame. From behind a gnarled tree emerges a figure, shrouded in an eerie aura. In that fleeting moment, its massive physique comes into focus. A hulking upper body that exudes an air of intimidation. It's as if the legendary enigma, Bigfoot, has stepped right out of the shadows. The guys, lost in the rush of the adventure, were completely clueless about the extraordinary sight they'd just caught on camera. But imagine their mix of exhilaration and unease when they later watched the recording, realizing that they had unwittingly brushed against something far more mystifying than they could have ever imagined. This video was recorded in Caledonia Street, Scotland. A pair of tourists decided to take a leisurely nighttime stroll down this quiet street. One of them thought it'd be cool to record the adventure on his phone. Little did he know, he was about to capture something way more than he bargained for. In the video, these tourists are walking along, and they come across this old, eerie-looking house. You know, the kind you'd expect to see in a horror movie. They're peering around when all of a sudden, they spot some movement up in a flat's window. Now, this is where things get seriously strange. You see, that house is in a place called Clune Park Estate, and it's got a spooky reputation. It's this rundown, isolated spot that's supposed to be torn down soon. But what happens next shatters the idea that it's abandoned. After catching that movement in the window, they focus on it, and guess what? Someone's peering out from behind the glass, then quickly ducks away. But here's the kicker. This someone isn't like your everyday person. Nope, not at all. This figure's got a head that's all sorts of wrong. Dark patches around the eyes, and get this, something that looks like a horn on its forehead. It's like something out of a nightmare. The video ends with the tourists rushing towards the door, probably wanting to get an explanation for whatever they just witnessed. There are supposed to be 430 flats in that estate, but only 20 people live there. After seeing this video, you'd probably agree that it's not just humans who call that place home. This footage comes from a guy who's been dealing with some freaky stuff going down in his house for a few weeks. So he sets up a camera in the room where most of the weirdness has been happening. And what he captures? It's the stuff of nightmares. He's out having drinks with his buddies when his phone notifies him. It's the camera telling him there's movement in the house. You can bet he's feeling a mix of curiosity and straight up dread as he checks it out. In the video, we're looking at what seems to be a regular storage room. Nothing unusual at first glance. But then something way off starts happening. An object at the back of the room starts shifting, like someone's actually moving it. But here's the kicker. No one should be in the house. When you zoom in, it's like someone or something pokes their head out, stares right into the camera for a brief, heart-stopping second, and then pulls back. Now, that's freaky on its own. But here's what makes it a horror show. This person or thing knew exactly where the camera was. They knew their way around his house. After watching this, I'm willing to bet the homeowner found somewhere else to spend the night, and possibly the rest of the weekend as well. A man and his cat were having a chill time at night at his residence when suddenly he heard something drop in his room closet. Since they were alone in the apartment, he grabbed his phone and began recording. As the video begins, we see the cat standing next to the closet and looking up above like there is something or someone there. Then, out of nowhere, the closet cotton is flung open without an indication as to who or what opened it. This strange phenomenon sends even the cat scampering away as the homeowner stands in confusion about what he just witnessed. But in a bid to find an explanation, the homeowner enters the closet and experiences something frightening.
I don't know what the hell it is. No. Oh, hell no.
During his inspection, a plastic container from a shelf falls to the ground and comes to rest beside his work table. This forces the homeowner to abandon the inspection and possibly his house too. The video ends there, and although there is no concrete explanation for any of this, it would be extremely terrifying for anyone to be in that situation. A group of teenagers went on an adventure in the woods surrounding their town, and on their way back, they got lost. They decided to take a recording of the place to let someone outside direct them out of the forest, but they captured something terrifying. In the video, the man with the camera films the forest and then turns it towards his friends. Only 3 people came with him into the woods, but somehow there are now 4 people behind him, and it becomes clear who the newcomer is. We see what looks like a dark shadow behind the 3 friends. It had the frame of a human but the presence and motion of a ghost. The 3 friends probably thought they were being pranked by the guy recording because the shadow man hid away before they could see him. They definitely had chills when they got to watch the video. At home with his family at night, a homeowner's attention is brought to some disturbance in his backyard. With a flashlight in hand, he goes to check it out, but meets something unexpected. As the video begins, he goes into the forest by the backyard in search of the source of the noise and notices movement behind a tree.
Hey, you want to get away from my house, okay?
But isn't able to make anything of it. So he adjusts the brightness on his flashlight while approaching the tree, and is spooked by what he sees. Out of nowhere, a head peers out from behind the tree and drops back shortly after. And even with the poor lighting, the creature can be seen to have dark hair and dark eyes. Who or what was she, and what was she doing in the homeowner's backyard late at night? Well, the homeowner didn't wait to find out as he took off into his house, locked all the doors, and had a long, quiet, sleepless night. A security staff was on shift at his company's control room. He observed the surveillance videos of the building and noticed something peculiarly odd, so he decided to film it. The video shows the live footage of an empty office in the company. Suddenly, in a dark corner of the office, something is moving in a sideways motion as it disappears and appears multiple times. Upon close inspection, the unknown floating object resembles a face with dark eyes and a wide mouth. And that is more believable because as the face moves, the light from the monitor screen on the table gets covered, showing that as the head moves, the body moves as well. Now we might know that the figure has human-like features, but that doesn't explain its eerie motions and disappearing acts. The video leaves a lot to the imagination, so we'll never know if it was a result of the light deflection, a strange human, or the office ghost. 2 brothers were out in their home's backyard, enjoying a game of fetch with their dog. Suddenly, things become less enjoyable, as one of them sees something startling in the forests nearby. He looks into the forest and sees something staring right back in his direction, like it had been watching him all the while. But that wasn't as scary as what he saw next. The creature, which appeared to have been crouching before, suddenly springs up on its legs, revealing its frightening length, and starts walking towards the boys. The creature had what appeared to be black fur covering its entire body and could easily be mistaken for a monkey or a bear, but it walked with so much coordination that some people might associate the creature to be the well-known Bigfoot. The creature approached the boys and flung his very long hands sporadically in the air, which signaled that he wasn't happy to see them. and the boys got the message as they retreated into their home. The video ends there, but the boys will always be very wary that their not-so-friendly next-door neighbor is a territorial Bigfoot. As these guys spotted a squirrel in the trash bin, they thought they should go help it out. However, they did not know that it was no ordinary squirrel. As soon as the guy opened the lid, the squirrel came flying like a ninja out of the bin and straight towards his face. This left the guy and his friend shocked, as they had never seen squirrels doing something like that before. Even I have never seen anything like that before. There is nothing braver than a mother's love for her kids, and to save her babies, the mother can go to any extremes possible. Take this rat, for instance. The mother literally fought off a huge snake just to save its baby. Even after the snake had slithered away, the mother made sure to chase it a little, so it never comes back and attacks the baby again. And the snake, on the other hand, couldn't even stand a small rat and got defeated pretty badly. Apparently, someone was randomly flying their drone in the forest during winter, and by accident they claim to have captured a really fascinating sight that raises many questions about the existence of Bigfoot. The drone footage appears to show a hairy brown and large creature strolling on two legs, looking very similarly to the well-known description of the Bigfoot. But is it really? The owner claimed to have captured this somewhere rather remote, where people would for sure not walk randomly in a forest, especially not dressed like this. Could it be a clever hoax or a case of misidentification? The video certainly provides food for thought and sparks the imagination of one. It's fascinating to consider the possibility that there may be undiscovered creatures out there waiting to be found. But until there is concrete evidence, the mystery of Bigfoot remains just that, a mystery. What do you think? Is this video proof of Bigfoot's existence, or just another piece in the puzzle? Only time will tell. This scary video shows someone recording while walking down in the sewers for reasons I don't know. Sewers are known to be home to lurking animals such as alligators, so it is for sure a place you would not want to find yourself into. As he looks through a dark turning, a pair of glowing eyes seem to pop out of the corner and then back. The creature behind the corner does that a few times, and I have no idea why this guy did not start running right away. We can all agree that the nature of the eyes clearly show that they cannot be of a human. Adding to the mystery, the person recording walks towards the corner only to reveal that there is no one there, and the time he takes could not allow anyone to run all this distance and hide. I really applaud the person recording for his sheer bravery, but condemn them for the risks they put themselves into for no reason at the same time. But the question remains, exactly what was hiding behind that corner? The first thought I had was of the rake, as it does seem similar to me a bit. Rakes are cryptids known to have glowing eyes and are prone to stalking humans out in the darkness. Could it be a rake or another mystery? Seems like forests are not the safest places to be even during the day. In this video, someone seems to have noticed a weird bipedal creature lurking in the woods and starts recording. In the video, we see an ape-like creature roaming around the forest as if it was looking for something. Some people claim to have seen the skunk ape in the forests and marshes of the southeastern United States, particularly in Florida. And it is often characterized as an ape-like monster with black hair covering its body, standing 5-7 feet tall. It is sometimes compared to Bigfoot. So, could this be just another sighting of the mysterious skunk ape? Going back to the sewers, this next video will leave you chilled. In this one, some teens were lured by strange noises coming from a nearby sewer tunnel. Out of curiosity, one of them decided to check out what the source of the noise could be. But things don't go as he expects. As he goes deeper into the sewers, the noise becomes louder and closer, and this really seems to startle him. Then suddenly, out of dark, a strange creature comes out screaming eerily.
What the hell?
The boy is scared to the bones, and he turns in the other direction, fleeing to safety. He manages to get back to the clear and safe ground outside the sewers, but perhaps forever scarred by that encounter. What could have been that creature? There is no clear conclusion to its shape. It looks like just a creature with an elongated head and really long legs, with glowing eyes. Its screams seemed animalistic in nature, nowhere close to those of a human. Could it be some sort of animal who made the sewers its hiding spot? Or was that a cryptid waiting for a prey? The video starts with a man explaining that they have been encountering an unwanted creature around their fence, in a nearby forest. He explains that this has happened for quite some time now.
I don't know if you could see past this, but so behind this where I'm pointing right now, there's a forest back there, and it's a pretty big forest. It's a state park.
But just as he is explaining that, in the middle of his monologue, something unexpected happens.
And did you just hear that?
In a distance, the supposed creature makes a very shrilling sound, none like we've heard before, and definitely not even close to a familiar animal sound.
That was it. Oh.
Could it be some weird mountain lion or hog sounds that come out as a little bit more creepy? Or could it be a skinwalker? Let us know in the comments. This next video shows an animal that looks a lot like the chupacabra. For those who don't know what this is, the chupacabra, or chupacabras, is a legendary creature in the folklore of parts of the Americas. The name comes from the animal's reported vampirism. The chupacabra is said to attack and drink the blood of livestock, including goats. Physical descriptions of the creature vary. In Puerto Rico and in Latin America, it is generally described as a heavy creature, reptilian and alien, roughly the size of a small bear, and with a row of spines reaching from the neck to the base of the tail. Many people online claim this to be one such creature. But to be honest, I am not sure. Rather, a dog with a skin condition, mistaken to be a cryptid. The ocean holds many secrets, but none as mysterious as the sighting in this footage taken in Israel. A seemingly ordinary video of waves crashing against rocks turns into a haunting experience when a bizarre creature is spotted. The camera is fixated on a rock, and at first, it appears to be a seal. The two men filming saying that to themselves, but on closer inspection, it is something far more unusual. Suddenly, the strange figure turns around, revealing a pale, blurry face, who then crawls towards the back of the rock before jumping into the sea. The two men are astonished by what they witnessed, realizing it was not a seal. If we analyze the video more closely, the mysterious figure does seem to take the form of a mermaid, a mythological creature of the sea. But could this really be a mermaid? Or is it merely a CGI effect? The possibility of this being an optical illusion is not ruled out, but the thought of a mermaid existing in our world is enough to send shivers down one's spine. The ocean is vast and full of secrets, and who knows what else may be lurking in its depths. Being stared at or feeling someone lurking can be an eerie and unsettling experience on its own. But when you're unsure whether the thing staring at you is real or not, it adds an extra layer of fear. In this video, an explorer makes a creepy discovery while hiking in the mountains. They come across a small opening, and inside, They find a face constructed from stones, seemingly staring back at them. What makes it even creepier is that the face appears to be smiling, and there is a whole dark vibe about that smile. Also, there's a strange transformation noted by some viewers. At the beginning of the video, the face might not have been smiling, but as the camera zooms in, it seems to smile directly at the camera. This experience is truly chilling, especially considering it's in a remote mountain area where it's unlikely someone created the face for tourist purposes. Trail cameras and Bigfoot sightings often go hand in hand, leaving us wondering whether these legendary creatures truly exist. In this trail cam footage, we can see a dark black figure lurking behind a tree, attempting to remain hidden from the trail camera's view. However, after some time, it approaches a bit close to the camera, allowing us to discern some of its features. The creature appears to be covered in a thick coat of black hair, and its overall shape resembles that of a classic Bigfoot. Moreover, since we can only see its upper body frame, it's evident that the creature is quite wide and towering in stature. So, what do you think this creature was? Was it merely a buffed-up gorilla or a genuine sighting of the mighty Bigfoot? While hiking in the forest, it's essential to be aware of potential animal predators to ensure your safety. However, what about trees? Can they host such things? In this video, captured by a hiker on a forest trail in Canada, we can see a figure that resembles a human standing on top of a tree in the distance. This figure appears to maintain its balance effortlessly, without the need for hand support. It moves around, and it has human-like features, including skinny arms, a head that resembles a human shape, and long hair. People who have viewed this video have suggested that it might be an experienced tree climber, possibly a local forest resident. Nevertheless, the ease with which this figure stands on the tree is both unsettling and remarkable. It raises questions about the potential presence of skilled climbers in the forest canopy and adds an intriguing layer of mystery to the wilderness. This video was posted on Facebook by a user named Aristo, who was convinced that he had captured Bigfoot on his camera. The video starts with the cameraman running and breathing heavily, as if he had spotted something in the woods and was either trying to capture it on camera or possibly even running from it. After a moment, the cameraman stops and focuses his camera on the distance, revealing a massive dark black creature that resembles an ape making its way through the bushes. This confirms that the cameraman was indeed chasing after this creature. As the cameraman moves a bit closer, he captures another glimpse of this creature, and this time we see it standing upright. Its posture is unlike that of a gorilla, more reminiscent of a human. It's also quite tall and has long arms. Nevertheless, I want to believe that it was indeed an ape or a gorilla. Otherwise, my fear whispers that it must be Bigfoot. This video takes us to the Philippines, where locals are gathered around a creature perched on a store roof during the night. As one of the locals shines a flashlight on the cryptid, we get a glimpse of its truly terrifying features. The creature has a human-like body and facial features, but the way it is hunched on the roof is incredibly eerie and sends shivers down one's spine. This menacing creature appears to be possibly lurking for something. What's particularly strange is that in the street beside the store, people are casually walking by as if they are unaware of the lurking cryptid's presence. Additionally, towards the end of the video, the locals recording it seem to be laughing. The laughter could be interpreted in different ways. It might suggest that this encounter is fake or a prank staged by them. Driving on a desolate nighttime road can be an invitation for a creepy encounter, and this family experienced just that. In this video, we witness a desolate road with the car's headlights illuminating a terrifying cryptid figure hunched over on the road. The figure's creepy and horrifying body shape is visible, with long, skinny arms, a humanoid body that appears to be bent backward, and long hair. This terrifying cryptid stands motionless, right in the middle of the road. The family in the car had a dangerous encounter on their hands, as the cryptid was blocking their path. Trying to pass it from the side could have resulted in an attack. However, rather than quickly driving away from this ominous presence, the family inexplicably remained in their car, recording the scary cryptid. Dogs do all kinds of strange things that we humans don't quite understand, including their ability to sense things we may not see or explain. This video comes from India, where we witness a dog entering a home's gallery. The dog then approaches what appears to be a mat or a hanging piece of metal mesh and curiously hits it with its paw, and as it does so, the dog becomes frightened by a transparent smoky figure that seems to emerge from it. While it's unlikely that this figure is a ghost or anything supernatural, it's possible that the dog's pawing at the mat stirred up some dust or particles, creating the illusion of a smoky form. What's intriguing, however, is the significant amount of dust that seems to emerge from the mat with just a light paw tap, making it a bit unusual. This TikTok video was posted by a user who stumbled upon a strange blue light in the ocean. In the video, we can see the water's surface is illuminated with a strange yet mesmerizing blue glow. It's not any kind of paranormal phenomenon and is known as plankton lights. These lights occur due to bioluminescence in the water, often caused by an algae bloom of plankton. However, the mysterious aspect of this video isn't the plankton lights themselves. As the people recording the video get closer to the plankton lights, a shadowy figure can be seen in the water. The figure's silhouette resembles that of a human, or more precisely, a mermaid. It's only visible for a brief moment, but it's undeniably eerie. While it's possible that the appearance of this shadow is a result of the way low waves interact with light and can play tricks on the eyes, the lingering question remains: what if it's not just an eye illusion? This video comes from a security cam at an undisclosed police station, and it captures a rather unsettling scene. In the video, the entrance hall of the police station appears to be empty. However, after a moment, a smoky, translucent figure materializes behind the glass door. This mysterious figure proceeds to move toward the center of the door and then opens it. But as the door swings open, the figure vanishes. The appearance of this figure suggests that it could be a ghost or a spirit, possibly that of a child due to its relatively low height. The idea of encountering an unknown entity in this manner is certainly spine-chilling. Nonetheless, given that this is a police station, one might assume that they are equipped to handle such paranormal encounters. This video comes from Russia, and the uploader claims to have captured a sighting of a Russian Yeti. In the video, we can see the uploader driving along a snowy road at nighttime. As he continues driving, a tall, white figure suddenly crosses the road ahead of the car. This figure appears to be sprinting across the road, prompting the driver to stop the car and contemplate what they've just witnessed. Upon closer examination of the slowed-down video, it becomes apparent that the figure has white fur and is relatively tall in comparison to the distance it was seen from. It moved swiftly and disappeared in an instant. Also, Russia is known for its numerous reported Yeti sightings, so this video may be another addition to that intriguing Yeti sighting. What do you think about this mysterious figure? Some people believe we might be living in a big simulation, and sometimes they say glitches happen, like what's in this video. In the video, there's a deer just casually hanging out near a tree. But here's the strange part. When the deer turns its head to one side, we suddenly see another head looking the opposite way. It's like there's one body but two heads on this deer. Now, you might think it's just a coincidence. Maybe another deer is in front and hidden from the camera. But as the deer moves a bit, we don't see any other deer in front of it or anywhere near it. It's all by itself, munching on grass. And the way those two heads move together, that's a bit odd too. So what's going on here? Was it really a glitch in our supposed simulation? That's the mystery. This eerie video, posted on Instagram by a user named Conspire, captures a mysterious and unsettling incident in an Irish school hallway at night. Initially, the hallway appears empty and locked. However, as the video begins, a loud bang is heard, followed by rumbling noises reminiscent of furniture being dragged. The series of inexplicable events continues as a bag falls from the top of lockers to the ground. A board detaches itself from the wall and crashes to the floor, and a chair, partially visible in the corner of the camera's view, moves on its own before slowly dragging itself towards the other side. However, no human beings can be seen anywhere in the video. The level of activity and the apparent aggression of these paranormal events make this encounter exceptionally unsettling. One can only imagine the reaction of the students and staff upon seeing these inexplicable and ghostly occurrences happening in their own school. In this video, we see a trucker from Arizona who had a rather eerie encounter while driving on a dark highway. As the video unfolds, the trucker is cruising along the highway late at night. However, something unusual catches their attention. A figure standing completely still right on the side of the road still. This figure appears to have a human-like shape, but it's just standing there on the road of the highway in the dead of night. It's quite puzzling why someone would be in such a place at that hour. It also seems as if this mysterious figure materialized out of thin air in front of the driver, although the darkness makes it difficult to say for certain. Regardless, the trucker made a wise decision not to stop and instead kept driving past the mysterious figure. Encountering mysterious and potentially unknown creatures in the depths of the forest can indeed be a spine-chilling experience. In such cases, it's important to prioritize safety and exercise caution. In this video, a lost hiker unintentionally wanders deep into the dense woods. While recording his journey, he hears a creepy noise up ahead. He points his camera in that direction and is shocked to see a terrifying creature lurking in the dark woods.
Oh my god.
This creature is really tall and it's staring right at the hiker through the camera. When the creature realizes that it's been noticed, the creature suddenly disappears into the darkness. The video quality isn't great, and it's challenging to make out specific details. But we can make out that the creature was tall and had a human-like body shape. Encountering such a huge and terrifying creature, lurking and watching, is really bone-chilling. It reminds us that the forest hides many unknown and frightening secrets. Amidst numerous Bigfoot sightings, the elusive creature's chilling face has rarely been captured up close. In this video, recorded by an adventurer exploring a forest at night, we are taken on a tense journey. As the adventurer uses his camera flash to illuminate the surroundings, he zooms in on a figure standing in the distance. What comes into focus is a horrifying and spine-tingling sight. A creepy and eerie creature staring directly back at us. The creature's unsettling face is characterized by an unsettling, wild grin, with two lifeless eyes that only intensify its cryptic aura. As the adventurer notices this creature and calls out, it swiftly runs away. The creature's size and physical appearance strongly resemble that of a Bigfoot, and the uploader himself believes it to be one. Regardless of its identity, encountering such a creature firsthand is an undeniably hair-raising experience. This video is from a home security camera from a Florida house. In the footage, we can witness a humanoid figure with ghostly characteristics calmly strolling. The figure appears slightly hunched, as if it's on a mission to find something or someone. Its entire body lacks any fur, and it moves in an eerie and unsettling manner. The residents in the area have also reported similar incidents happening before, leading them to believe that this figure or creature comes from the nearby forest and messes with their trash bins. However, the big mystery is, what was this creature searching for? Was it on the hunt for its next meal, or simply wandering around the neighborhood with an unknown purpose? This person was enjoying the sun and the beautiful view of nature in a forest. However, little did they know that they weren't alone in savoring the view. In the video, we can see a large bear-like creature lurking in the woods at a distance. However, as the camera zoomed in, it became evident that this creature was not a bear at all. It had a significant size and was covered in a thick, dark brown fur. While some might speculate that it could be an orangutan due to the brown fur, it's crucial to emphasize that orangutans are typically not as large as the creature depicted in the video. The person who posted the video also mentioned that they initially thought it was a bear, but it continued to lurk even as they recorded from the bushes. It's eerie to think that this creature seemed to have its sights set on them, even when they were trying to hide. What do you think this mysterious creature could be? Could it be the legendary Bigfoot? Have you ever thought about scary things that could happen on a highway at night? But I bet seeing a skinwalker was not on that list. This video comes from a highway camera, and at first everything seems normal with traffic flowing as usual. Then, from the side of the road, a creature appears running and leaping over the road fence to cross the highway. It happens so quickly, and it jumps like a deer. You might think, could it be a deer? But no. When we zoom in on this and slow the video down, we can make out this creature's eerie features. It looks like a humanoid creature that is hunched up and walking on all fours. The quality of the video is low, but I can see its body, which has no fur, just naked skin. All these appearances of this creature make me think that it was, after all, a skinwalker. This video is from an abandoned Essex County hospital, where a group of explorers is venturing through its eerie corridors. As the camera pans around, we get a glimpse of the debris-laden floor, and the overall atmosphere of the place seems quite spooky. The explorer playfully acknowledges the peculiar nature of exploring such abandoned locations. However, the tone shifts abruptly when he notices something off camera. Bringing attention to the mysterious presence, the camera then unveils a hallway. At the far end stands a creepy figure, crouched on all fours. The dim lighting makes it hard to make out specific details, but the figure gives the impression of a humanoid with spider-like features, using both hands and hind legs. Upon spotting the camera, this frightening creature charges straight towards the explorers, prompting them to run. The peculiar appearance raises questions and sparks curiosity about the nature of this mysterious creature within the confines of the abandoned hospital. For more captivating content like this, click here. You may have come across many Bigfoot sightings captured on camera, but have you ever seen a Bigfoot captured by people and kept in a cage? A spooky video has surfaced on Reddit, showing a cage placed in the middle of a forest with a massive creature inside it. Inside the cage, there are cameras that provide a clear view of this legendary creature's imposing presence. It emits a rather terrifying growl and is covered in a thick coat of fur. In addition to the creature, you can also see other people around the cage, recording this Bigfoot-like figure. The Bigfoot in the video appears to be very aggressive and clearly doesn't like being inside the cage. It's desperately trying to break free, and its immense power is causing the entire cage to shake. If this video is indeed genuine, it raises the possibility that we might see these mighty creatures in our zoos in the years to come. A man had a strange problem in his apartment. His food kept disappearing, and he suspected his girlfriend, but she denied it.
So I kept on finding food missing in my apartment that I knew I wasn't eating. I confronted my girlfriend who lives with me about it, and she claimed she wasn't eating it. So I decided I'm going to set up a video camera and I'm going to catch her. This is what I found.
To catch her in the act, the man set up a security camera. What he discovered was truly terrifying. He placed the camera in his kitchen and went to sleep. After about 2 hours, there was some movement above the doorway, and then a person came out of it. This person stepped onto a table, and it turned out to be a messy-looking girl who seemed like she might be homeless. The girl acted like she owned the place, confidently opening the fridge and moving around as if it were her home. It appeared that she had been doing this for a while. After snacking from the fridge, the girl casually sat on the sofa and watched TV. Then, she went back to the fridge, but heard the homeowner approaching, so she hid behind the sofa. When the homeowner came in for a drink of water and left again, she emerged, had more food, and then disappeared back to where she came from. The man woke up and went about his daily routine, completely unaware of this creepy encounter. After watching the video and seeing how comfortable the lady was, it made the homeowner wonder if she had been living with them unnoticed for a long time. A video was posted on TikTok by a user named The Weird Shelf. In the video, a man is seen with his dog, and both of them notice something in the distance. They spot a creature moving around in the bushes up ahead. The dog, all excited, takes off after it. The man tries to stop the dog, but it's too eager and fast. As the dog barks and chases the strange creature, it starts to move back into the forest. When we zoom in closely, we can see that this creature looks like a mix of an ape and a human, and it has a thick black coat of fur. It's also quite large compared to the surrounding bushes, and stands upright. What do you think this creature could have been? Hikers often have encounters with strange creatures, and one such unsettling experience was recorded by an unfortunate hiker. In the video, we can see the hiker, who seems anxious and scared, moving the camera hastily. As he continues, he hears the sound of a nearby tree shaking. He quickly turns the camera towards the source and witnesses the tree violently trembling. Upon zooming in, he spots an incredibly odd and huge humanoid creature, causing the commotion. This sight terrifies the hiker. As he records this horrifying being, it becomes aware of his presence and starts making frightening grunting and growling sounds. Hearing these unsettling noises, the hiker runs for his life, and the video ends. When we get a closer look at this creature, we can see that it's quite massive and covered in thick fur. Its face looks quite strange and is unlike any known animal. Could it be an ape or a massive gorilla? Or perhaps something even more ominous, like a Bigfoot? This next video comes from a Russian road camera and captures a truly unusual phenomenon. In the video, we can see a view of a remote road. After a few seconds, a light orb begins to form in front of us in the woods. At first, this orb is relatively dim, but then it suddenly becomes brilliantly bright. Afterward, the orb starts to move. It glides and passes right beside the camera, eventually moving out of the frame. This occurrence is quite strange because the light was simply a radiant orb. There were no discernible outlines of its source or the object emitting it. It was just pure, unexplained light. If you have any ideas or explanations for this strange orb, please share them in the comments below for others to see. This video captures a real ghost sighting on camera. The video shows the inside of a home, and we see a lady casually walking down the stairs. After she goes downstairs, something strange and quite frightening occurs. We witness a transparent, childlike figure emerging from a doorway. This ghostly figure appears entirely smoky as it comes out of the room for a moment, and then returns inside. As it goes back in, the chair in the room moves on its own. The owner of the house mentioned that this is a regular occurrence in their home, and they have made peace with the ghost coexisting with them. These homeowners certainly show a lot of courage. When we hear about ghosts and jinns, we often think of scary and terrifying beings. But have you ever seen the good and helpful side of them? This video comes from India and shows a street view. In the footage, we can see a man followed by another man who appears to be trying to rob him. As they move forward, the follower suddenly attacks the first man and starts searching him while he's on the ground. Then, something astonishing happens. A figure emerges from within the person being robbed. This figure begins to defend the victim and fights against the robber. At first, the robber tries to resist, but this jinn-like creature is strong and overpowers him. Eventually, the robber gives up and leaves, and the jinn goes back into the victim's body. Seeing this encounter makes me wonder if all jinns were like that, our lives might have been much easier. This video was shared by a parent who captioned it as being deceived by a child ghost. In the video, we can hear a girl crying, and then we see a transparent childlike ghost passing in front of the camera. Upon seeing this, the father believed it was his daughter and rushed to console her. However, as the father was going towards the spirit, thinking it was his daughter, his wife called out to him and asked where he was going because their daughter was with her. The father then went to his wife and asked her about their daughter's whereabouts, and she told him that their daughter was sleeping. This is quite eerie, as it seems that the ghost child initially tricked the father by imitating his daughter's cry, and then assumed her form to lure him away. It's unsettling to think about what might have happened if the wife hadn't intervened, and the father had continued chasing after the ghost. This video was recorded by a hiker exploring the Australian Tarkine forest, and they claim to have captured a sighting of the legendary Bigfoot. In the footage, we get a view of the forest, which initially appears to be empty. As the hiker moves the camera around to capture the surroundings, something truly terrifying happens. A massive dark figure emerges from behind the trees. This creature is enormous and walks in a manner similar to humans. It has long arms, and judging from its first step, it also has long legs. This creature seems to be in a hurry and quickly disappears back into the woods. Encounters like this are spine-chilling because these creatures are believed to be incredibly fast, and the hiker was alone in the forest. If this creature had decided to chase the hiker, it's unlikely anyone would have been there to save him. This video comes from Brazil, showing a security camera view of a staircase. In the footage, we can see a woman descending the stairs, but there's something unusual happening at the other end. A dark and shadowy figure appears in front of her, and understandably, the woman decides to do what any sensible person would. She starts running. This dark, smoky figure is enormous, almost like it's engulfing the entire staircase with its eerie presence. As the woman runs, we can see that this figure seems to float above the stairs and pursues her with lightning-fast speed. Encountering something like this and being chased by it must have been a truly terrifying experience. We can only hope that the woman was okay after this encounter. This video hails from Italy and captures a peculiar figure on camera. The video begins with a camera recording a rural area. The person behind the camera points toward a figure in the video, following it with their finger. The video quality isn't great. It's somewhat grainy and in shades of gray, but we can still make out the figure. This figure appears dark and unusual. Its shape resembles that of a human, although it's not entirely clear. What surprises everyone is that the figure moves toward a wall, and to everyone's amazement, passes directly through it. Some viewers might argue that the figure could be a skinny person, dressed in black, but the fact that it passes through the wall adds an element of strangeness and unease to the entire video. Dogs are known for sensing things that the human mind may not comprehend or see with our eyes. This video is captured by a home security camera, and in it we see a vigilant dog standing on the balcony, gazing suspiciously out into the yard. After a while, the dog starts barking, clearly spooked by something. Suddenly, a strange set of disembodied legs swiftly runs across the background. Witnessing this, the dog seems surprised and scared by the sight and decides to go back inside. Upon closer inspection, the shadowy figure of the legs appears to be small and moves quite swiftly. It also seems to leave a dark, smoky trail behind as it moves. This video is from Nepal and shows a very unusual creature grabbing onto a goat. In the video, we can see the goat owners holding sticks and appearing to be searching for something or someone. The goats seem distressed and frightened, trying to escape from some unseen threat. Then, we witness the source of the goat's terror, a strange creature latched onto the goat's downside. At first glance, it may resemble a chimpanzee, perhaps seeking milk. But upon closer examination of its face, it becomes clear that it doesn't resemble a chimpanzee from any angle. Identifying what this strange creature might be is a challenge. Its intentions toward the goats are uncertain and remain a mystery. A homeowner was startled by eerie screeching sounds coming from outside his house. Curiosity led him to investigate the source, but what he discovered was nothing short of a nightmare. In the video, the view showed dark bushes, and as the homeowner moved the camera, he noticed a distant figure within the bushes lurking. This figure had a humanoid shape with an alien-like head. The creature remained motionless, fixating a chilling and unsettling gaze upon the camera. The sheer terror emanating from its eyes sent shivers down the homeowner's spine. Overwhelmed by fear, the homeowner shouted at the creature.
"What do you want?"
In response, the enigmatic being retreated into the bushes, disappearing from sight. What exactly was this humanoid figure? Was it an extraterrestrial being? Or could it have been something even more sinister and dreadful? A TikTok user by the name of Cryptid University claimed to have captured footage of Bigfoot lurking in the woods. In the video, an elk is calmly grazing and going about its business, nothing out of the ordinary at first glance. However, when we zoom in on the background, we can discern some intriguing details. White or gray hair and certain facial features of a figure hidden in the woods. What's particularly eerie about this encounter is that the creature in the background is incredibly stealthy. Even though elk are known for their sensitivity to noise, they don't seem to detect this mysterious figure's movements. Additionally, judging by its size compared to the surrounding trees, it appears to be quite large. The question that arises is the creature's intent in stalking the elk. Is it merely observing the elk out of curiosity, or does it have more sinister motives, possibly considering the elk as its next potential meal? A Russian family was on their way home, driving along a forest road, when they noticed something unusual in the woods and decided to start recording. In the video, the family appeared visibly distressed, and their voices reflected their anxiety as they spotted a mysterious creature in the forest. This creature had a striking resemblance to an ape or a gorilla, covered in thick, dark black fur, and is casually moving through the woods. What made this encounter even more intriguing was the fact that, as local residents, the family had never come across such a creature in the forest before. It marked their first sighting of such an unusual being for the area. While they believed it might have been a Bigfoot, the low quality of the video and the distance from which it was recorded made it challenging to definitively identify the creature. Regardless of its true identity, thank God that the family wisely chose to remain inside their car, avoiding any potential danger or interaction with the enigmatic forest dweller. This video comes from a hiker who was out in the wilderness, initially thinking that a bear was stalking him. Concerned about his safety, he began recording the situation. However, when he zoomed in and focused on what he believed to be the bear, he discovered something entirely different. The creature in question wasn't a bear at all. It was a strange hybrid, appearing to be a combination of a humanoid and an ape. This peculiar being stood motionless, fixating a lifeless gaze upon the hiker. What made this encounter even creepier was the hiker's isolation. He was all alone in the wilderness, and had the creature decided to pursue him, he would have been defenseless. The creature's entire body was covered in dark black fur, resembling the description often associated with Bigfoot. However, the motives behind this Bigfoot-like creature's interest in the hiker remained a mystery. This trail camera footage dates back to 2016 and is believed to capture a sighting of Bigfoot. In the video, a hairy creature stands in front of the trail camera, completely blocking the frame. It displays long brown fur covering its body and seems to be interacting with the trail camera. Some individuals seeing this video have suggested that this might have been an orangutan or a bear, driven by curiosity about the camera. While orangutans do have a similar brownish coat, there are notable differences. So if it is a known animal, it will most likely be a bear. The creature in the video has notably bulky and wide limbs. It could be the hind legs of a bear standing up, although it still looks a bit strange to be that. So, what could it have been? Some speculate that this might indeed be a legendary Bigfoot, a creature often associated with such sightings due to its elusive nature and large, hairy appearance. However, as with many cryptid sightings, conclusive evidence remains elusive. In this video, a group of individuals initially focuses their camera on something unusual in a distant field from their car. As the camera zooms in, it becomes evident that the object in question is not a stationary item like a stone, but rather a living creature in motion. This creature appears entirely black and is covered in a thick coat of black hair all over its body. What stands out is its massive body frame and the way it walks, resembling a humanoid figure. The intriguing aspect is that this sighting occurs in a remote location, with a jungle situated above the field. This suggests the possibility that the creature might have emerged from the jungle and is now returning to it. All the characteristics and behavior seen in the video align with the typical descriptions associated with Bigfoot sightings. It's worth noting that Bigfoot legends usually depict the creature residing deep within forests, far from human civilization. However, this video challenges that assumption, suggesting that Bigfoot could potentially also can venture into open fields. Often, encounters with ghosts and spirits are commonly associated with security or trail cameras. However, have you ever witnessed a spirit during a live TV show? In a video featuring English television presenter and journalist James May hosting a program called Our Man in Italy, something intriguing was noticed by viewers in the background. While James May was sharing his forest travel experiences with the camera, an eerie humanoid transparent figure seemed to materialize out of nowhere and then dissolve in the same manner. Additionally, in another scene, this same figure appeared and then promptly disappeared. Initially, many viewers presumed it to be an editing mistake, but a significant number of them are convinced that what they witnessed was an authentic sighting of a ghost or spirit during a live television broadcast. The final verdict, however, I leave it for you, the viewers, to decide. This video comes from Indonesia, where the camera captures a scene atop a hill. In this footage, a figure emerges on the edge and appears to be moving casually. We can also hear the unease in the local people who are standing by, witnessing this unsettling sight. Locals mentioned that they've encountered this mysterious creature on multiple occasions during the night, but this was the first daytime sighting, and it was on the hill's edge. From a distance, this creature resembles a massive, dark-skinned being, and it seems to lack legs, appearing to slide its lower body along the ground. Regrettably, the video is quite brief, and the creature disappears after a few seconds. Consequently, we can't determine the precise identity of the creature we observed. Nevertheless, whatever it may be, it is undeniably eerie. An eagerly anticipated family forest outing turned nightmarish when they were startled by a distant, menacing growl. Fear and distress gripped the woman and children, while the man behind the camera tried to calm them and identify the source of the growl. In the midst of this tension, the man briefly captured a dark figure emerging from nearby bushes before it vanished. His own fearful yell prompted a terrifying growl from the creature, which then began to move. The children, seeing this, cried in fear. However, the father deserves credit for comforting his terrified children. The creature bore a resemblance to Bigfoot upon closer inspection, a massive humanoid figure. Whether it was truly Bigfoot or not, its hostile and agitated demeanor, especially in such close proximity to the family, was deeply unsettling. This video hails from St. Elmo, Illinois, dating back to 2012. In this footage, a hiker is seen pointing towards a distant object. Over yonder, a tall and massive creature stands motionless. This creature is wrapped in a black covering and possesses a body shape resembling that of a human, complete with limbs and a head. What truly stands out about this creature is its remarkable height. If you take a moment to observe the trees in its vicinity, you'll notice that in comparison, this creature appears to be around 12 to 14 feet tall. Towards the end of the video, this Bigfoot-like creature seems to be startled by something and then abruptly takes off running. Interestingly, the St. Elmo area in Illinois has reported numerous sightings of similar Bigfoot-like creatures. What are your thoughts on this formidable being? You might have come across numerous Bigfoot sightings in forests and hills, but this video presents a rather unique scenario. A Bigfoot-like figure leisurely relaxing and bathing in a lake on Vancouver Island. In the footage, We see a dark figure with a head that appears entirely black, and its shape doesn't quite match what we typically associate with known creatures. While it's possible to consider it might be a gorilla indulging in a daily bath, some notable distinctions come into play. Gorillas are known for their massive shoulders, and this figure doesn't quite exhibit that feature. Moreover, apes and gorillas are not proficient swimmers, and according to the hiker who captured this video, the pond or lake appeared to be quite deep. So, if it wasn't a gorilla or an ape, the question arises, could it possibly be a Bigfoot taking a casual dip in the lake? What do you think? This trail camera footage captures an exceptionally large and striking Bigfoot lurking in the woods. In the video, we can see a massive, dark figure moving subtly among the trees. This creature appears to have the typical black fur associated with Bigfoot, and its enormous size is quite striking. A straightforward comparison with a nearby tree highlights the creature's immense size. Just look at the tree's width compared to the sheer bulk of this giant being. Unfortunately, despite the video having relatively good picture quality compared to other Bigfoot sightings, it's still challenging to make out any details of the creature's face due to the darkness in the area where it is located. Nonetheless, the knowledge that such an enormous creature exists is itself a rather unsettling experience. I really enjoy long drives at night, but when I come across footage like this, it makes me reconsider heading out for those nighttime drives. In this video, filmed from inside a car, we spot a sizable object or creature positioned in the middle of the road at some distance ahead. Observing this, the driver slows down the car, both to get a better look at it and to allow this supposed creature some time to move away from the road. However, this enigmatic presence remains stationary and doesn't show any signs of movement. It almost seems as if this entity was simply waiting there for the car to pass by. The video ends before the car actually reaches this mysterious figure, but it leaves me wondering about what might have unfolded as they approached it. This video captures an eerie and unsettling sight in the nighttime. Something peculiar and creepy, situated on a distant tree. The person behind the camera describes this entity as appearing rather aggressive, and even causing the tree to shake slightly. This strange creature possesses a highly unusual body shape and an atypical coloration that doesn't resemble any known living beings. It presents a curious combination of colors, featuring half white and half black, with a hint of brownish hue. The camera person notes that this mysterious entity repeatedly approaches and perches on the tree. However, throughout the entire video, this enigmatic figure remains completely still and stationary. It's possible that it may have become aware of someone recording it and decided to stay still in an attempt to conceal itself. Alternatively, it could be entirely unaware of the person filming it. This video is more amusing and lighthearted than unsettling or scary. It features cunning parents who decide to play a prank on their children during a forest lake adventure. While the kids are enjoying their outdoor escapade, one of them, riding a quad bike, spots something in the woods and in pure fear runs towards their parents, claiming to have seen a Bigfoot in the forest.
Bigfoot! I swear! No!
As the child reaches their parents, the supposed Bigfoot emerges from the forest and starts running towards them. In response, another child also rushes to the parents in fear. However, when the kids notice their parents laughing, they realize it was all a prank, and it turns out their Bigfoot was actually their uncle dressed up in a Bigfoot costume, tricking them for fun. What's even more amusing is that the dog in the video doesn't seem to be too concerned, as it apparently already knew that there was no real threat from a Bigfoot. A video recently surfaced on Facebook, shared by a woman who captioned it as "Massive Bigfoots spotted in my backyard." In the video, we can observe a wintry landscape with a mysterious dark figure resembling Bigfoot lurking and moving along the edge of a forest. This enigmatic creature appears to be of substantial size, and its eerie presence is undeniably unsettling. As it traverses the forest's edge, it eventually disappears from sight. The lady who uploaded this video also made the claim that this shadowy figure has occasionally been following her through the woods, though it was often elusive and not clearly visible during those encounters. This recent sighting marks the first time she has come face to face with this creature, leaving her profoundly shaken and fearful. Considering the circumstances, what course of action should this woman take? Should she promptly vacate her property, or should she attempt to confront this imposing creature? In recent times, it appears that even spirits and ghosts are trying to stay fit and healthy to instill fear in today's generation. In a recent video, we witness a rather unusual occurrence. An exercise machine in an open gym facility is seen moving on its own. Strikingly, there is no one seated on the machine, yet it continues to move as if someone is actively exercising on it. While it's true that such equipment can exhibit minor movements due to various factors, what sets this incident apart is the sustained and uninterrupted motion that persists for a solid 30 seconds in the video. What makes this occurrence even more intriguing is the fact that the force required to move the machine fluidly in this manner seems beyond the influence of common factors like wind or vibrations. This raises the question, could it possibly be a spirit engaging in a workout routine, perhaps honing its spectral strength to further terrify the locals? The depths of both the deep ocean and dense forests have been known to hold mysterious and utterly spine-tingling occurrences. Such an unusual incident was recently captured by a drone camera as it glided above a forest. In the video, we are presented with an overhead view of a densely wooded area, thick with towering trees. Upon closer examination, one particular tree grabs our attention as it violently shakes and appears to be in motion, colliding with its neighboring trees. The drone camera then pans to survey the surrounding trees, revealing that they remain completely still and undisturbed, with no sign of any prevailing wind. Returning its focus to the peculiar tree, it becomes evident that not only is it moving, but it's doing so at a surprisingly swift pace, now noticeably displaced from its original position. Some viewers who have witnessed this enigmatic footage have speculated that it could be a heavy-duty harvester in action, felling and transporting the tree. However, a noteworthy point is that harvesters typically transport trees horizontally, making the vertical movement of this particular tree phenomenon all the more puzzling. Many ancient stories suggest the existence of Greek giants in the past, often based on the discovery of large bones. However, these giants are long gone, and you won't find them in today's world. Or will you? There's a video from an unknown part of a Canadian mountain where a man is recording something unusual. In the video, the man tells his friend that there's a person standing on top of the mountain, but his friend doesn't believe him.
There's a person standing there.
No, it's not.
The figure on the mountain is standing very still, and when you look at it from a distance, it appears quite large. Some people might argue that it could be the top of a tree, but the strange thing is that it's all alone. If it were a treetop, you'd expect to see more like it nearby. So what could it be? Was it really a giant that was spotted? This video was captured on a GoPro camera mounted on a four-wheeler as it traveled along a trail. In the footage, we can see the four-wheeler racing along the path before suddenly coming to a halt. The rider stops because they notice a dark, massive figure crossing the trail at some distance ahead. This strange figure, even at that considerable distance, appears quite huge. It is covered in thick black fur, and exhibits a walking posture that resembles that of a human. While some might speculate that it could be an ape or gorilla, such creatures typically do not inhabit this type of environment. Therefore, the most plausible possibility is that this figure could indeed be the legendary Bigfoot. This video originates from Montana and showcases a wolf-like creature, but there are eerie and unusual aspects to its appearance. While it certainly resembles a wolf in some ways, there are distinct differences in its facial features and body structure. What sets this creature apart is its front legs, which are bent in a manner similar to that of a monkey, and its hind legs, which also deviate from the typical wolf anatomy. This peculiar combination has led some viewers to speculate that it might be a werewolf, as such mythical beings often possess these unique body features. Moreover, the creature's facial expression appears both creepy and aggressively predatory, underscoring the sense of unease it evokes. Regardless of its true identity, encountering such a creature on a trail or in the forest would undoubtedly be an unnerving experience. This video was recorded by an oil field worker who believes he may have captured footage of the elusive Bigfoot while on the job. In the video, filmed from inside a car, we can see a massive figure in the woods ahead. This gigantic creature stands completely still and appears to be covered in dark fur. Interestingly, the driver didn't notice this creature at the time of recording, but upon reviewing the footage later, he made a rather unsettling discovery. This creature stands out significantly due to its immense size when compared to the trees it lurks behind. The big question here is, why is this mighty creature lurking in the woods? What could be its purpose or intention? And most importantly, what exactly is it? Could it be the legendary Bigfoot? In this video, shared on TikTok by the user Gberir, a girl recounts her unsettling experiences while staying at a farmhouse. She explains that she's alone in the house and has been hearing strange and eerie noises coming from various directions. She even claims to have seen a bald man emerging from the farm's pond, which adds to her unease.
Can you stop? Fuck out!
Throughout her explanation, these mysterious noises continue, like someone forcefully banging on wooden surfaces. In an attempt to address the noise, she calls out, and it momentarily ceases. However, the ongoing sounds are taking a toll on her nerves. As she records her story near a television, something chilling occurs. A figure is seen standing behind her in the TV's reflection, sending shivers down her spine.
I don't know. And my reflection's creeping me out. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. You guys saw that, right? I'm not bugging. Like, here's my reflection.
Later in the video, she records at night and reports another sighting of the bald man near the pond. While recording through a glass window, the reflection of the kitchen doorway reveals the presence of someone passing by, further intensifying her fear. The house appears to be plagued by supernatural occurrences, with ghosts or spirits seemingly determined to both annoy and frighten the girl. Nighttime road trips can be both relaxing and exhilarating, but when taken on desolate roads, things can quickly take an unsettling turn. This particular video captures a group of friends on a late-night drive, thoroughly enjoying the music and the journey. As the camera pans back to capture the road ahead, something unusual catches the eye. A spectral figure is seen running alongside the road, appearing for just a brief moment before dissipating into thin air. This apparition had a humanoid shape, but was smoky and translucent. At that moment, the friends were too engrossed in their enjoyment to notice this eerie presence. However, upon later reviewing the video, they made the chilling discovery. Undoubtedly, this road trip became an unforgettable experience for them. A hiker embarked on a hiking expedition in the local forest, initially mistaking something in the distance for a bear. As he aimed his camera to capture this creature, he soon realized that it wasn't a bear, but rather a massive figure standing at a towering 9 feet tall. A classic Bigfoot sighting. This enormous creature had a substantial, heavy-set body, and it moved leisurely through the forest. At one point, it came to a halt, as if pausing for some unknown purpose, before resuming its steady stride and ultimately disappearing into the dense woods. The hiker's encounter was both fascinating and spine-tingling. In the video, one can clearly hear the hiker's heavy breathing, a testament to the fear and excitement coursing through him. Nevertheless, this experience provided him with an incredible camping trip story, complete with concrete evidence to share with others. Videos like this can certainly give anyone pause before venturing into the woods again. In this particular video, a tall, ominous figure stands before us, partially concealed by tree branches. The most unsettling aspect of this figure is undoubtedly its face. Its face appears monstrously eerie, with a completely black visage, large sunken eyes, and a small nose. While this creature seems to be in a state of repose, it's as though its gaze pierces directly into the camera, and by extension, into the very soul of the viewer. Beyond its terrifying facial features, its massive and imposing physique only adds to the disquieting nature of the scene. Identifying this creature remains a mystery, but it seems like a mixture of the legendary Bigfoot and other eerie forest-dwelling entities. What do you believe this enigmatic creature could be? The most unsettling experiences often arise from encounters with the unknown, which defy our comprehension. This video, originating from Russia, captures an enigmatic creature sprinting in the distance. Upon initial observation, it may appear to be a human running. However, upon closer inspection, its posture and movements deviate slightly from those of a typical human. What makes this sighting even more confusing is that, after taking a few steps, this entity abruptly disappears into thin air, vanishing in the blink of an eye. Its eyes emit an eerie glowing light, and there's a brief, luminous trail left ahead. As it dashes away, this creature is an enigma, possessing a humanoid form, extraordinary luminous abilities, and an uncanny ability to vanish like a spirit. This video is sourced from a security camera, and the homeowner is reviewing it due to a recent robbery in which his bag was stolen from his car. As we watch the video, we observe a house situated across the street. Suddenly, a bright light materializes in front of the main door of the neighboring house. After some time, a shadowy figure emerges on the sidewalk across the street, and then we see a person coming from the right side of the frame. This person proceeds to the car, discovers a bag inside, and then swiftly begins to run away with it. However, as the thief starts his escape, the enigmatic shadowy figure from across the street leaps into action, chasing after the criminal. It's as though this spectral hero had been waiting for the thief and decided to take matters into their own ethereal hands. If only every ghost could transform into such vigilant protectors, there might be no more burglaries or robberies. Some people believe in the existence of aliens, and after watching this video, I'm starting to wonder the same. In this recording made by a forest ranger, we can see what appears to be an alien-like head peering out from behind a tree. This head is quite small and seems to possess a blend of alien and human characteristics. Initially, the ranger dismissed it, thinking it was a trick of the light or his imagination playing tricks on him. However, as time passed, this mysterious creature moved its head slightly, convincing the ranger that it was not something familiar or easily explainable. This sighting left the forest ranger feeling either genuinely frightened or simply curious about the unusual being he had encountered, prompting him to quickly leave the forest. For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.